Welcome back. We have Jeff Parker here. Well, thank you for joining us again. How are you?
I'm doing well, thank you.
I feels like you were just here yesterday.
Once a week.
These weeks are flying by. I'm a little worried about that.
It does go by quickly.
It does, and then it's going to be frightening to see just where we're ending up, because I just feel like I'm going to get older and older and older. And I'm going to look back and say, where did all that time go? In any case, thank you for joining us today.
Oh, it's great to be
So what do
here.
you have for us?
Some COVID numbers real quick. Trending in the right direction. That's
Excellent.
what we want to see.
Yes.
COVID cases, 260. That's stayed pretty constant for the last week, but under 300 in every day. So that's really good numbers. Unfortunately, there were 12 fatalities in Orange County in the last reporting period, and this goes over the weekend. So that's accumulation. And that's obviously unfortunate. But the good news is we focused on is the hospitalizations and the ICUs. ICUs have gone down below 50 now, so back almost to where we were back in the later part of May, June, right when we were getting the reopening. Yes. The hospitalizations are trending down positive. With regards to the village itself, which we consider the whole community of Laguna Woods, saw a couple of numbers go up, but we're at 530, very small increase in numbers, and just one additional fatality for what we were tracking in the last month. So we went from 54 to 55 in that category. Okay. So again, for us, it's keeping the numbers basically status quo, and then seeing the trend in hospitalization go down. So important from the perspective, want to make sure people are going to the hospital for other reasons, using the facilities. They're there, they're open, they have the capacity.
Well, exactly, and just couple of things regarding illnesses going forward, not necessarily COVID, but flu and cold are on the uprise. And I believe it's because we're probably letting down our guard a little bit. We might not be wearing the mask as much or not washing our hands, but we all still need to do that a lot, because they're seeing some significant cases of the flu as well as colds, which are more of a bronchial thing. So we want to be careful.
It's an excellent point, because I think, and I'm not a doctor, but it seems like we probably wearing the mask and washing our hands and all that, probably maybe over a year, our immune system relative to the flu, is lessened. But use these same things, washing your hands and wearing masks. We saw that last year we had very few flu cases. So if we continue to do that, maybe that'll keep us safer.
Yeah, masks weren't really a thing, a couple of years ago.
Not for that purpose.
Right? And then all of a sudden it's like, well, then maybe there's something to them. You never know. But anyway, just wanted to mention that they are seeing more flu and colds, so we have to be careful about that. But thank you for the numbers.
Sure.
Some exciting news you have to mention. I mean, I can't believe they did it. They got the money that they wanted.
They did. So what we're talking about is down at the pickleball courts. We have 3-4 courts there that aren't lit right now. They're not lit. And the Pickleball Club, along working with the Village Community Fund, put together, there's a good slide right there, put together a fundraising process.
Yeah, they were great.
And they raised the money so that we can now get it out to bid, work with a couple of our vendors to get those last lights, courts lit. Yep. And then all of the pickleball courts will be lit, which will give us obviously more capacity to have more people play.
I was cracking up because I saw Ajit on just about every show that we had here on Village Television talking about it. And I think that was so smart of him, because he got the word out, he got the funds, and obviously with the help of VMS and the Village Fund. I think that's just awesome.
Yeah, I think both the Pickleball Club and the Village Community Fund should be applauded for the work that they did.
They did great in a short amount of time.
It's awesome.
Yeah.
The second thing I wanted to mention is the PAC 3, or the Performing Arts Center box office, is now open.
Excellent.
And so it's going to be open on Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays from 9 to noon.
Okay.
And you can call, if you need to call, you can call 949-597-4288 to get additional information of that. Or you can go recreation@vmsinc.org if you want to email us.
Okay.
So recreation@vmsinc.org if you want to email about the box office, or if you want to call 949-597-4288. Okay. And that's Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays from 9 to noon. You can also, and we announced this last week, that you can go online and actually get your tickets, print them at home. So you can do it that way now.
Okay.
So we're making it accessible all the way around. whatever is easiest for you to handle. So,
Okay. Yeah, there's a few things coming up in that arena, so that is exciting. Everybody can get back together again, which is perfect.
And the last thing I wanted to mention this morning was we use Dwelling Live, and Dwelling Live, for most of our residents knows, that's the system and access for people getting into the community through our gates. Our RFIDs are tied into Dwelling Live, and also our guest passes and that. Well, Dwelling Live has come up with a new app for your phone.
Oh.
And it's going to make it a lot easier to use Dwelling Live. So we want to encourage all of our residents that use Dwelling Live right now on your computer or are thinking about using Dwelling Live, and we certainly encourage that to reduce the amount of phone calls that come into the business here. Use that new app. If you have any questions about that, you can also call Resident Services at 597-4600. And they'll give you some information. Also, you can also email them at residentservices@vmsinc.org.
Okay.
Either one of those, you'll get some information about it. It's also, we put it out in the Blast Friday, so we'll get more information out to everybody via our email process.
Right.
But it is a really nice tool to allow you to get your guest passes more efficiently. And we've been waiting for this update. They've been telling us it was coming for a year. And so I think because of the COVID and everything, but the app's here now. And so we really encourage our residents to use that kind of facility.
That's great. I mean, the fact that you can go on your phone, I think, is ideal because you'll have that with you.
Yeah.
And it's probably quicker to use the app than it would be to go via Safari and your browser and then log in that way.
Or even calling us, which is the real hope is that we can get people on the computer or on their app, on their phone to use that system as opposed to calling in, because that call goes Resident Services down to the gates, and it's a longer process. Right. And it takes more staff time, so this is more efficient if we can go this route.
Perfect. Well, good. Well, thank you so much for the information. We'll see you again next Tuesday. I hope it doesn't feel like a day.
Yeah, we'll make it happen.
Okay, thanks. And remember, if you would like the Dwelling app live on your phone, you would go to your apps on your phone and then just type in Dwelling Live, and I'm sure it'll pop right up. We'll be right back.